You found out that you're a projector in your human design and you heard you had to wait for the invitation and you were like, oh my God, no, of course this had to happen to me. That is what most of us feel when we discover that we are projectors in our human design, but worry you shall not, because your human design bestie, godmother fairy is here to solve all of your questions. And in this video, I'm gonna break down why this year is so incredibly important for you to get your ducks in a row, because 2027 and the new paradigm shift is awaiting your leadership. And this is the year, my beautiful projector, that you are going to be rewarded tenfold for your energetic authenticity, your high sensitivity, and your beautiful penetrating aura. Let's go. Welcome to the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so that you can align with the right people, opportunities, and abundance. If you're new here, my name is Maika Gabriela. I'm a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the transformational human design certification. And every Sunday, you'll get an easy to understand breakdown of energetics in human design when you follow. Thank you. As a projector myself, I know how hungry we can get to share our gifts with the world. We see everybody so clearly, and yet we often feel so overlooked and misunderstood. And so in this video, I'm gonna help you understand what your energetic authenticity actually looks like. What are some myths that you believe to be true that are keeping you small? What are actionable steps that you can start taking so that you can create a magnetic aura, and how you can step into your full potential to be at the helm of the new shift in consciousness for the new paradigm in 2027. Let's dive deep. And you guys know that I'm a 3-5 girly, so I like some practical tips. Practical tips is stop pushing, forcing, trying to get recognized, bragging about all of the things that you are achieving if you are not truly fully recognized yet, okay? So one thing is being in the desperate projector energy, pick me, look at me, which people are like, ugh, gross. The other thing is actually having accumulated success and recognition and then sharing that, because it puts you in a position of authority, and it also allows other projectors to see like, wow, this person has been able to build an aligned business or an aligned relationship or an aligned whatever, being a projector and having a success that is inspiring to me that I would also like to have, right? And so the moment that you call your energy back, the moment that you stop pushing things or asking for attention, there might be a pause, there might be a silence, there might be a recalibration of the current situation, which is a bit what I was mentioning at the beginning. But this is an incredible first step. The second step that for me goes like hand in hand is learn something. Go deep into studying something. And if you're a mental projector, I see you. Stop learning, okay? Go out and do something. This is your sign to go out and do something. Because mental projectors, you, ladies and gentlemen, have oftentimes that constant need to be learning forever. And that's not gonna bring you ahead, okay? But for all of you other projectors, really understand that projectors' aura increases the more you learn and you get really specific about something. So one of the examples that I use often in my one-on-one sessions is Mick Jagger. If you are not a millennial, you probably don't know who Mick Jagger is. Apparently, you know, you can be a rock star for 60 plus years and people will forget you eventually. So Mick Jagger is a projector. He's a rock star. He is the singer of the Rolling Stones. If you look at his career, he's 80 plus. I would say that a minimum of 60 years, he has never burned out, which is the sign of being an aligned projector. You pick a niche, you do that for forever, and you work only 2 hours in that niche. So you can work 3 to 4 hours, right? So for me, for example, I will never do more than 3 readings in a day. I end up exhausted. My voice disappears. Like my team knows that there's no exception. I can't do it. Also because the next day there's no energy left. So either way, I'm working all the time consistently on everything because I am super passionate. And I think that this is also a very projector thing. The projectors I know that are very successful, they become obsessive. And life and work is this exchangeable, interchangeable continuum of energetics. And if that is not your thing, that is absolutely respectable and I don't judge it at all. But I've come to understand that the recognition of the projector is really in that continuous pursuit of whatever it is their niche is in. And so I work every single day, morning till night. Of course, I love spending quality time with my friends. And of course, I'll travel to different destinations with my daughter to show her the world and have quality time with her and like take care of myself and get a massage and get my nails done. But still, there is this continuum and love and dedication and devotion to my craft and to understanding people better and understanding energetics deeper, working on my own energetics. And this can be, you know, my soft power club meditations. Like there's so many things, right? Generally, projectors should have a specific niche, or they will find their specific niche where they're incredibly good at. They do 3 to 4 hours of that work a day, right? So you could be in an office, but maybe you're great at numbers, but you only look at a certain amount of like calculations during 3 hours a day, and the rest you're emailing, you're in board meetings, you're like handling marketing. I have no idea. And so let's go back to Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger, incredible career, 60 years, never burned out. If we look at it as like, you know, specific niche, let's say Mick Jagger's niche is standing on stage. He stands on stage for 2 hours, but the rest of his time, he's like learning how to dance ballet, learning how to write poetry, how to get better at, you know, like pronunciation, whatever it is, right? Learning about cultures so that he has better storytelling. Learning for the projector is the key piece to amplify your aura. And so looking back even at my journey, you know, I was so dying to be recognized. I was so hungry for recognition, for that sense of belonging, for wanting to be cool. And it was just not happening. Like I was always at the sidelines. I was never really invited. Like, yeah, if I was there, like people were nice, but I wasn't truly seen and invited. And when I started to learn human design and I started to remove the shame that I had around the judgment that I would get for doing something woo like human design, which 8 years ago was different than now, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was different back then. Consciousness wasn't as developed as it is now. And so the moment that I integrated that I was into this weird thing, that this weird thing called human design changed my life, and that this was my passion, and this was what I was studying, and this is what I was embodying, and this is what I was pursuing, and I completely stopped caring, giving a shit, if I'm honest, what other people thought, what other people would think, what were their opinions, their judgments, blah, 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 whatever. I just couldn't care because I just felt like human design had saved my freaking life, okay? That is the moment that people were like starting to DM me, oh, I see you doing this human design thing. I know this I Ching thing. This is so interesting. What are you doing? What are you up to? Oh my God, like what? It was so crazy the amount of demand that suddenly came and how the energy and the attention flipped. Oh, Micah, why don't we go take a coffee? I'm like, no, we're not. You just want a free reading. So it was so interesting to watch that absolutely automatically with me having to do any effort at all. It was the most natural thing ever. I just didn't care because I found something that connected me to my soul, to my purpose. I was grateful. I was so full of the own recognition for myself and that love towards myself that I actually just couldn't care less what other people thought or if other people liked me or, you know, it really shifted. And that was what really created magnetism. And so this is really the key for projectors. And, you know, you'll think like, oh, but if I just learn and then nobody, I mean, third key piece in all of this is that people need to see and listen to you and watch you, okay? And so this is really where a lot of projectors can get lost because it's really hard. You know, I get so many DMs like, it's so hard to be a projector and go looking for a job. Anything and everything that allows you to be seen is going to be fantastic. And so this can be any kind of social media. This can be any kind of platform. This can be in your community. You need to have a space where without being pushy, you can share your wisdom. You can share what you're learning. You can share your specific niche. And people will start to recognize you. And then you have to continuously trust that when the people recognize you, they will be willing to pay you to invite you. Okay. And this is also really interesting because the struggle that I see here with a lot of you projectors is that we need to remember the energy peaks. And this is this whole framework that I created a couple of years ago after I did a panel at the Soho House Hotel. And you can watch the video here because it's a really interesting perspective, I feel like. Projectors' energy peak, again, is not the most practical one because manifestors' energy peak is when they have the vision in the beginning, let's go. Generators and manifesting generators' energy peak is in the doing. They don't care about the vision. They don't care about the feedback. They don't care what people think about what they're doing. They just want to be in the process of the doing. Let me figure it out. Let me paint. Let me build. Let me do. Like, I want to be in that doing process. That's where they have energy. That's where they get excited. But us, little projectors, we get our energy from feedback. So we need to visualize, we need to continuously show up. We need to believe in ourselves so deep and in our vision and in what we know and what we do and in our purpose, because we need to have the vision, execute, do, show up to the world, and then wait for feedback to give us energy to then continue. And so a lot of times projectors give up because they don't know their strategy. It's not, maybe they even know it, but they're too afraid to trust it, which I understand because the whole world tells you it is impossible to be successful if you wait. You are only successful if you push and force. And so it's very scary to trust yourself. And then it can feel like you're talking to crickets and nobody's recognizing you and you don't get any invitations and you're just like, am I talking into the echo, 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 echo? And that can be very draining. And so a lot of projectors give up too quickly because there is no feedback. And so what I realized is that when you're truly aligned and truly magnetic and you trust fully your strategy, the magnetism can come through really fast. You can get recognition really quickly. And that doesn't mean that you'll make a bunch of money, but it can just be like, you know, even let's take this YouTube channel. I get so much incredible feedback, but to be honest, it costs me money every month to maintain this YouTube channel. I make like 150 euro a month from YouTube, and I pay the editors plus the person that is like uploading all of the things for the 4 videos a month. Plus we do shorts for the short format in YouTube. It costs me around 1,000 euro to maintain this channel. And I'm getting 150 back. You do the math, my beautiful projectors. But I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the game of legacy. And your feedback, your DMs, your recognition gives me the energy to continue. It is not that I'm making a bunch of money off YouTube. It doesn't even convert great for my courses or little things that I try to share with you to help you out in a more practical way. But your love and the fact that I know that you are listening to me day and night, and when you're in the gym or you're going for a swim or you're going for a walk, like knowing that I'm in your life and that you get value from what I'm sharing fills me with enough energy to continue to pursue and share the human design wisdom on this channel. And so what allows me to continue to show up and find energy to find new things to talk about, have passion to share information that I hope is valuable for you, is that you guys give me beautiful, incredible feedback. So let's all just be aware that as projectors, there's going to be seasons in your life, and you need to trust your purpose and the universal guidance that when you show up authentically, you make 100% of effort and you trust that you have this incredible wisdom that you know you have. That's why you get bitter when you see other people being successful where you know you could do that so much better. It is the most annoying thing. Like, I remember that projector bitterness when you just know you've got it and you see other people who like medium got it, get to where you want to be. Heartbreaking. But the more that you start building a trust, the more magnetism you get, the more you connect to your purpose, the more you understand your gifts, the more then the recognition comes, the more invitations come. That sense of being connected to God, to the universe, to the creator, that pure gratefulness that flows through your blood and it like sparks in every single cell that you've got and makes your heart expand so big that it doesn't even fit in your heart, is the reason why seasons of sacrifice, seasons of burnout, seasons of figuring this shit out is all worth it, at least from my experience. So, before we end this video, I have an important message for you. Babe, listen. We've got 1 year for you to get your shit together. 2027, new paradigm, the background frequency that we have been accustomed to the last 400 years is going to change. And we need you. We need every single projector aligned and ready to thrive because it depends on you. The future of the quality and the expansion and the guidance and the joy and the ease of the future is in your hands. And so I urge you, my beautiful projector, to start trusting yourself, to start trying things out, even if it's painful, even if you fail, even if you have to get yourself back up, even if you have to save money, even if you have to take a risk, even if you have to invest, even if you have to, whatever it takes, it is worth it in the end, because there is nothing that I believe to be more fulfilling than stepping into your full, authentic, beautiful, godlike self, where you are in touch with your incredible, unique, powerful, beautiful, sensitive gifts, and you share them with the world. The world is hungry for your guidance. The world needs your wisdom. So please do whatever it takes to get yourself where you know you belong. My beautiful projector, this is all for today. Class is over. And please share this content with any projector that you know that might need to listen. Share with your community. And as always, leave your questions below. If you want me to get more specific into specific projector things, let me know in the comments. I try to read every single one of you. And as I said, each message that I receive, voice, DM, email, they're all so welcomed and help me to find the energy to show up here every single day, ladies and gentlemen. No, not every single day. I mean, in my work, but just like every single week. So yeah, I love you. Have a beautiful day. See you next week.